Dellavedova to a wide open Snell. Cavs got caught sleeping on that defensive play.
That's two of them, Gus. 2 times in this game, they've completely lost a Milwaukee Buck in the pop-up zone.
By that elbow back in 2013. You know what I'm saying? How was your Thanksgiving there, brother? Ridiculous. Huh? Ridiculous.
So this is your Imagine J.R. Smith conversation that was going on right there?
Yeah, that's what it was right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sets us up, of course, perfectly to welcome back Michael Rappaport. We are thrilled here.
Thanks for having me.
Courtside so many times in New York watching J.R. Smith.
Yes.
What did you think last night as you watched him?
I thought it was JR being JR.
God love him.
And I think, afterwards he said that was his alter ego. I think that they should pay his alter ego for that game. And I feel like the enablers in Cleveland, Tyronn Lue and LeBron, they shouldn't continue enabling. This is so cute. He has his shirt off. I mean, first of all, he got suspended for elbowing Jason Terry in the face in the 2000, and now you're giving him a pound for it. Jason Terry played him like a real sucker right there. Okay, right there. Remember that? That eliminated the Knicks from the playoffs right there. He's elbowing. And Jason Terry, I like what he did. We got 2 points on you. We beat you. He's playing him like a fool.
So you think that last night Jason was being like, "Hey, JR," and he's working.
I think he's got JR in his pocket.
Right. Come on. All right. Well, I'm going to take issue first. Before we go on, I have to correct you on something.
The enablers?
On the enablers, because today at practice, Ty Lue actually called out JR in front of the whole team, apparently told him that this can't continue and that this was embarrassing and that it shouldn't have happened.
Did he make him run suicides? Because I would have pulled him out of the game and made him run suicides during the game.
Okay.
That's how you get that going.
Please.
During the game. That happened to me when I was a kid.
Hold on. This is after a timeout.
There's no
The
excuse.
ball 94 feet away.
Yeah.
It's
And he
not
walks
cute.
over your
What's
bench.
more
That can't happen.
baffling,
Look at
though,
this. Look where they're
It's
inbounding the
ridiculous.
ball.
You're a professional basketball
His
player.
excuse, though,
Team,
afterwards,
oh,
he
please,
said he
worse.
was out of the game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
back.
We can play this, actually.
Yeah.
Can you guys play the sound of
He
JR
thought he was out of the
Smith
game.
after
How
the
you
game?
thought-
Well, he was out of the
Can you take us through what happened with play with Jason Terry?
Good play.
He ran off the court and hugged him, and
Oh, really? I wasn't
Yeah,
paying
play.
attention. I don't remember that.
you didn't know they were inbounding the ball.
What play you talking about?
What? This is why Phil traded him. We don't have any babysitters in New York to afford to do that. We couldn't do
Wait a
it.
minute. You're really going to defend the
LeBron
fact that
has
Phil
given
traded
that
him
man a
and shoved him away?
championship
And then
ring.
he's gonna
Easy,
say they won
easy.
the title?
No, Rachel, in New York, we don't have a LeBron James that could babysit and deal with that kind of stuff. So when he's still complaining about Phil trading him, this is why. We can't deal with it. J.R. Smith is one of the most talented players that's ever put on a basketball uniform, and he's one of the most unfulfilled talents that's ever put on a basketball
Wow.
uniform. That's in
That
my
is a
opinion.
statement.
As far as just talent, that guy has the
can't buy
talent.
it. I
Chauncey
want
Billups,
to agree with you.
As far as just talent, not fulfilled talent, but unfulfilled talent.
I've seen a lot of sad people.
I
that are
like
unfulfilled
JR.
talent.
He's
I
my
was
guy
gonna say,
from Newark.
I'll let you live.
I have said many of the time, JR is the Lord's gift to basketball fans. May he never change and never retire, because this is not the first JR moment
Oh,
we have
boy.
gotten
No.
from him.
We got greatest
We'll
hits.
see some flashbacks here of his greatest hits.
Look at this.
2010 with the Nuggets, Tyreek Evans airballs a three. Smith thinks it was a made basket, tries to inbound the ball, and of course, as we know, that's a turnover.
He didn't know he was in the game now either.
2013, JR heaves it up from deep to hit the three-pointer, and the celebration, that's...
And you like this. You were happy.
That was fine. That was
Okay, that's okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's the third quarter, by the way. 2014,
Right.
J.R. Smith
Right.
untied a player's shoes at the free throw line. You remember he got Dwight Howard,
Yeah.
Sean Marion.
That's easy pickings,
I think
though,
he tried to
Dwight
get
Howard.
Greg Monroe, right? But Monroe actually batted him away. He knew better or whatever. Yeah, he kind of took him away from that. Smith, of course, fined $50,000 by the league for the shoelace stunts. And you're right. Once he got to Cleveland, LeBron has certainly been able to even...
You're a New York guy. John McPhee's biography, Bill Bradley, A Sense of Where You Are.
Yes.
No one ever accused JR of having that sense of where he is.
Unfulfilled talent. Unfulfilled talent.
I think JR has done a lot for the Cavs. I think last night was a JR style lapse, and it seems like Ty Lue is handling it.
So he
Ty.
says.
Call him out.
We'll
I
see.
reprimanded him in front of the team. Make him do some suicides, man.
Not third grade.
Come on. Yeah.
It was a 1-point game when it happened. It was
Exactly.
51-50.
Not good.
when
And
it
then the
happened.
Greek freak went crazy on him, which I loved it.
Yes, which we will talk about. He's been had a tremendous season so far. Al Horford missed the Celtics game against the Heat on Monday for the birth of his second child. That made sense to everyone except CSN New England's Mike Felger. He had this to say, blasting Horford after the game.
I know when you make $30 million a year, it ain't much to get a private jet. Wick would probably pick it up. To fly down at 3 o'clock from Atlanta, it's a 90-minute flight to Miami, play the game, and come right back. I'm sure his wife is in the hospital, surrounded by nurses, mothers, aunts, relatives.
Say it, Felger. Spit it out.
I would have gone to the game. I would have played the game.
He has a point, but don't
No, he
count.
doesn't.
It ain't the playoffs.
No.
Call me when you have a baby.
Oh, and here's the
No,
button.
listen. He has a point in this regard.
Okay.
Is he was there for the birth of his child. He made sure the child was healthy, his wife was healthy. He could have flown out the next morning to play in the game in Miami,
Yo,
right? So he was there the day before when she gave birth, right?
I thought she gave birth on the day of the game.
listen. All I know
now
is
that's different.
that guy's talking about $30 million. He's a broadcaster. What is he saying ain't for? Who is this clown? Where did he get this shirt? That's disrespectful. This is not the Eastern Conference Finals. It's not an important game. But the Celtics have a long bench. He just came off a concussion. Let Al Horford live. I don't like that guy.
I don't even know social media,
Right.
but his sister had a great message on social
Horford's.
media.
Yeah, we can't-
Horford's sister.
Yeah.
I couldn't say it any better.
My producer, Tina, asked, you need to get me that information because I think he was wrong. Now, if he had to fly out,
Either way, here's the deal. You make the decision for your family. You have 4 kids.
sure.
You know what is right for your wife. You
Yes.
know what is right for the
Yes.
birth of each of those children.
Yes.
If you decide you need to be there for any of the hours before, after, or during one of those children are born, that is more important than a basketball game.
I
it
agree.
is.
She's in
It is,
Atlanta.
Rachel.
He's
It is.
living
I
in
agree.
Boston. It was his first year. It was a tough situation.
Inconsequential game. Mike Felger gets the Mike Felger. I give you the Mike Felger.
I don't know what that
And get a new shirt, okay, if you're going to be on TV. And don't say ain't. Speak proper English. I'm just a guest. I'm just a flunky off the street here, Rachel. You know what I mean? I don't have the cashmere like Mac and the customs like PJ. I'm just a guy off the street. What do I know?
You look beautiful.
You look
Please
fantastic,
come back and see
Rachel.
us again. That's
Thank
all
you.
I have to say. We have more to come on the jump, but first, it is time for our distant replay. This day back in 2008. Take a look, everyone.
Gary, one-on-one at the top. Starts, probes.
Here it goes.
Goes up.
Oh,
Can't bear that.
Oh my God! What's Miller?
Andre.
I fell down.
Oh my.
Derrick Rose doing that for the Knicks now.
He's getting there.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit.
So, do we feel that the double dribble violation set the tone
Come on,
for
Ken
Doc?
is right there. How can you not see this, Ken?
Change that rule. You can't do that anymore.
And travel. Well, they did change that. You can travel in the NBA now. That's
We
just
are
not
in
on the books
Brooklyn,
anymore.
street ball, that's where they do a lot of that.
Come on. That was just right at the top of the game, and you got to think that was the beginning of what we know was the end for Doc Rivers. But we'll get to that. Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols. Our featured Hall of Famer, Tracy McGrady, is back with us. Mr. PJ Carlesimo is back with us.
Thank
We're
you.
very, very happy. And Michael Rappaport is waiting in the wings here. We are stacked here. Mike will be with us for the next segment. But first, guys, here is a news flash for you. Winning, it turns out, is hard. And winning over and over again, that's even harder. Yeah, I know. You come to The Jump for this kind of razor-sharp analysis here. But really, while it sounds ridiculous to have to say this out loud, I am stunned every year when the reality of that comes along and smacks a team in the face, as it has appeared to smack the Los Angeles Clippers. Allow me to review the Clippers season so far. They started out healthier than they have been in years, and with more continuity and talent than 90% of the other teams in the NBA. And they played up to that talent for the first month of the season, and that was fun to see. But here's the thing. These games, they're not played in a vacuum. You're not just trying to win one game 82 times. You are trying to build a tower of wins. And yeah, that's the part where it gets harder, because it requires keeping up the effort and communication consecutively, night after night. And this seems, well, confusing right now to Los Angeles. They've lost 3 games in a row to teams with much less talent, last night's game in Brooklyn being the most graphic. And afterward, Doc Rivers summed up the problem as well as anyone. Quote, "We've been walking around like we've done something. Look, we haven't done crap," Doc said. "And it bothers me on a basketball level. I didn't like it. I didn't want us to lose, but I'm all right with it, honestly, because I think you deserve it when you do that." Folks, This is why Golden State's 73-win season remains so crazy impressive, even though they didn't win a title at the end of it. Frankly, it's why the Warriors are so impressive right now, because they have won 12 straight. That is hard. If the Clippers want to play in Golden State's sandbox, and they say they do, weeks like they've had this past week, they just can't happen even in November. Now, guys, we also have to talk about the specific meltdown, of course, that occurred at the end of the first overtime last night. Doc, you see him arguing with Ken Maurer, called him for a tech because Doc crossed the court when he was talking to the other official, and then he gave the second tech, and you can see Doc really not happy with that as he's getting thrown out of the game. I mean, look.
I played for Doc for 3.5 years, and I've never seen him react that way.
Listen to the announcers here. They say the same thing. They were. I know we have that. They said they've never seen him that mad.
Animated discussion. Well, there's a history. Lauren Holtkamp had an issue before with the
Chris
Clippers,
Paul, yeah.
and he was having a civil conversation with Lauren. She was trying to walk him back to the bench, and Kenny Maurer, a veteran official, came in looking out for the younger official and fired in with the first tech, which upset Doc. Then came the second tech.
Which is okay, because just like Doc is protecting his players, Kenny was protecting
Lauren.
protecting
One
Lauren.
tech would have been fine. One tech would have been fine. I don't think Doc would agree now, but he lost it because he's telling Kenny, now, what are you talking about?
Right.
I was talking to her. You were over there. You had nothing to do with the play. Then forget about it.
I think this is bigger than, that little episode right there. It's probably a cumulative things of that escalated throughout
I mean, look, I was just talking about his guys not putting forth what they need to win a bunch of games. And you heard his quote afterward. He is frustrated because you do get this feeling with the Clippers. They almost read some of their, this is one of the smartest teams, smartest locker rooms in the NBA, but it almost seems like they read some of their own press in the first
Well, I mean, these guys have been together for quite some time, and you, with them being healthy with this core group, they showed how good they can be. Now, the complaint is, can they stay focused and sustain this throughout
the
the season?
That's a separate thing, right? It's not just being good enough to win. It's being good enough to win over and over.
The bar is set really high. He's seen this before. And by the way, next game is at Cleveland.
Right.
They've lost 3 in a row. Hates the way they lost last night. And guess where we got to go after that?
Right?
There was a lot behind this. And there may be history with Kenny and Doc. When you've been in the league as long as those two have, they've crossed paths before.
I think this is a reaction to get your team's attention.
Well, that's what I was wondering. If maybe he was overdoing it a little bit to spark the team. It did not work, of course. And I was
how they got into they missed 3 free throws of the 4 technicals. And Jamal hits the shot and they get it into another overtime. But
pretty good.
Too little, too late.
We were trying to find video of you getting thrown out of a game.
What we got? We got Coach?
Tracy, we couldn't. He's clean. He's
college,
fine.
yes. NBA,
come on, Coach.
Look, but he is. You can see him holding back.
I spent 5. Bud's in there close. I spent 5 years, but because I know Pop, I knew I'd get to coach a couple games a year when Pop got thrown.
Right.
Pop's got a shorter fuse than just about anybody.
Coach a little darker right there too. Look at him.
He's a lot darker. A little more cash.
That's so nice. That's very impressive though that you've never gotten thrown out. We'll see if by the end of the show you get thrown out of the show.
I may get thrown
Tracy
today.
can hold you back. If Mike Rappaport comes on, you never know what's going to happen.